From earthquakes and tsunamis to volcanoes, we're covering all bases when it comes to Mother Nature this morning. The government unveiling draft ambitions to get more geothermal energy into the mix. It wants to double production by 2040. Shane Jones is the Resources Minister with us this morning. Hey, Minister.
Hey, morning, folks.
What time did you get your alert?
No, I had a great dinner last night and there might have been a glass or three of red wine, so I was asleep by 8:45. And I turned my phone off for fear of being bugged by various callers.
So basically you got drunk and turned your phone off and you would have slept through a tsunami.
Well, that's your interpretation, mate.
Very good. Are you allowed to turn your phone off as a minister? Shouldn't you be contactable at all times?
Ministers travel with trustworthy staff members. I'm sure they'll get a fireman's axe and break the door open if I'm really in trouble.
A lot of bored, sober staff around, hanging around your dinners then, by the sounds of it, Shane. Hey, let's talk geothermal. It was interesting, I was talking to the Mercury boss this morning. Everyone's very excited about this strategy, but it is a draft. Very expensive to drill, to get the wells for geothermal. Is that going to be a big challenge? Sounds expensive.
Yeah, look, Contact Energy and Mercury, despite my war of words with them sometimes, big ups for them for sponsoring this event. Yeah, you're talking $10 to $15 million, one of these deep wells. We're already given $60 million for a long-term shot at going right near the magma. But I kind of feel, given that electricity prices are escalating, we should be also looking at options to transition businesses from either gas or electricity onto geothermal. And I could have come out with a final option, but then people would accuse me of not listening to the market and talking to the community. So by September, we'll have finalised what the government's going to do and what connection the Regional Infrastructure Fund might play and working to accelerate the transition.
So what are you talking about there, potential for help for businesses to transition?
Yeah, well, we're already given $60 million to go really deep into the earth to see if we can tap into the deep-seated geothermal energy. I'm working with the Energy Conservation Authority. Transition people if the Crown has an appropriate level of assistance.
So there could be more money coming for businesses in that sense to try and get them off the old and onto the new, as it were.
I really feel it's time for us to be quite pragmatic and to ensure that we don't end up with deindustrialization. I know the Crown has to operate within guardrails, but when I go around the regions, businesses are looking for practical assistance, not only but taking a bazooka to the unnecessary high level of regulation, but what, if anything, can the Crown do to assist in the transition? By and large, they want to fund themselves. And anyway, we'll know all this after September.
Hey, just putting your associate energy hat on for a second, we're talking to Simon Bridges and a bunch of others in a second about the electricity sector generally, and I know you've had some strong words for the gentailers. There is a suggestion that we should split up the gentailers, the generation and the retail arms of them. What do you think? What do you think about that? I mean, you've talked tough, but we haven't brought prices down, have we?
Well, that's the challenge. I'm not going to walk away from the allegation that you just put. That's the challenge for any government. I campaigned, I'm not the energy minister, but we campaigned on shrinking electricity prices, and we're not going to do that until we change the character of the market and we boost supply. And working with my senior colleague from the National Party, Mr. Watson, we'll be bringing options forward soon. New Zealand First has already stated what it wants to do. It wants to change the market makeup. It wants to split the gentailers. It wants to change from the uniform pricing model so that everyone gets the highest price. And we also want to ensure that we boost the potential for new entrants to come in and shrink the cost of energy. I spent 2 years on the road campaigning about that.
Does National agree with you on splitting up the generation and retail?
Well, I'd be fair to say I was told by Contact Energy that it's a mad idea yesterday. And look, I've got a good-natured relationship with these people. And I say, hey, I'm a professional politician. If I have the opportunity and if I can get the backing from my coalition fellow travellers, we're going to split you up.
Have you?
Now well, you have to wait and see until Mr. Watts brings forward the options.
All right. When's that happening?
Over the next several weeks, obviously, there's a lot of consultation happening. I mean, the question is this. I'm accused of scaring the share market and possibly diminishing the wealth of the people who own the gentailers. Well, what about the wealth of all the businesses that are suffering and the households that are experiencing poverty? Are they less important than the privileged caste of people who just happen to own some shares in these gentailers, and of whom each year seem to be able to exhaust themselves by achieving ever higher prices?
Shane Jones, Resources Minister on the program. Appreciate your time this morning.